Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like your life is quietly falling apart, even though on the outside you look fine? You wake up tired. You carry a storm inside your chest. You hold yourself together because you're scared that if you stop, even for a moment, everything will spill out. Most people think that feeling is a sign of weakness. But ancient warriors knew something different. When your mind begins to crack, it's not breaking. It's trying to break through. And to understand this, there's an old samurai story almost nobody knows anymore. This story that might explain exactly what you're going through. Hundreds of years ago in Japan, a young warrior named Kaizen carried a secret heaviness in his heart. He was skilled, fast, disciplined. Everyone looked at him and said, "He's promising. He's strong. He's going to be great." But only he knew the truth. His mind was collapsing. He couldn't focus. He overthought every move. He carried guilt for mistakes he hadn't even made yet. And at night, when the village slept, he would lie awake thinking, "I'm not who they think I am. I'm a disappointment waiting to happen." One evening, after a failed training session, Kaizen snapped. He threw his sword to the ground and shouted, "Master, I can't do this. My mind is broken. I'm tired of pretending." The old master looked at him calmly and said only one line, "Then come with me." They walked deep into the mountains until they reached a small wooden hut. Inside was an old bowl, cracked, worn, and broken down the middle. The master poured water into the bowl. The water leaked immediately, spilling onto the floor. Kaizen sighed. "Exactly. That's me. A cracked bowl. Useless." The master finally spoke. "Wrong. This bowl isn't useless. It's just holding on to its old shape." Kaizen frowned. "What does that mean?" The master placed the bowl over a small fire. Slowly, the clay softened. The crack widened. The old shape dissolved. Then the master said, "When something breaks, it can only take two paths, shatter or reshape. Human minds are the same. Yours isn't breaking because you're weak. It's breaking because the person you used to be is too small for the person you are becoming. And modern psychology agrees. When you feel overwhelmed, lost, mentally exhausted, or emotionally heavy, your brain isn't failing. It's signaling an identity transition. The collapse before the transformation. The friction before the upgrade. It's called psychological disequilibrium. The painful but necessary moment where your old beliefs, habits, and self-definitions no longer fit you. Stoics called it the death of the false self. Zen monks called it kenshō, when the illusion cracks and the real you appears. Samurai called it the breaking of the old spirit. Every wisdom tradition says the same thing. The person you are meant to become can't appear until the person you're re-pretending to be breaks apart. As the bowl softened over the fire, the master shaped it slowly, patiently, into a stronger form. Then he cooled it in water. The bowl hardened again, but this time the cracks were gone. The shape was new. The structure was unbreakable. The master handed it to Kaizen. "Strength isn't what survives unbroken," he said. "Strength is what chooses to break so it can return stronger. Kaizen realized something that changed his life. He didn't need to fix himself. He needed to let go of the version of himself that was never meant to carry the life he wanted. And maybe that's you too. Maybe you're tired, not because you're weak, but because the life you're holding on to doesn't fit you anymore. Maybe your mind is cracking because the next version of you is trying to enter. Maybe the pressure you feel is the fire that's reshaping you. Breaking isn't the end. Breaking is the beginning of becoming. And just like Kaizen, you don't have to force your transformation. You only have to stop pretending you're still the person you outgrew. So if you feel overwhelmed, if your mind feels loud, if your heart feels heavy, listen. Nothing is wrong with you. This is your reshaping, your expansion, your new identity forming through the cracks of the old one. You aren't breaking down. You're breaking open. And if this message found you at the right moment, if it feels like it was meant for you, comment below. I choose to become, not for me, for the version of you that's waiting on the other side of this fire.